Hi, my name is Mair and I'd like to talk briefly about a paper I've written for Symbolic Interaction with three co-authors, Christopher Elsey, Patrick Watson and Paul Smith. The title of the paper is Interpretive Asymmetry, Retrospective Inquiry and the Explication of Action in an Incident of Friendly Fire. The case we focus on in the paper is an incident in 2003 when two US pilots mistakenly fired upon a convoy of British soldiers believing them to be Iraqi troops. Like many other people, the incident first came to our attention in 2007 when a cockpit video of the incident was leaked to the public during a controversial coroner's inquest in the UK.
Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Watson, and I'm one of the researchers and co-authors on the Friendly Fire project. To explain something of what we saw in the video, the pilots Popoff 35 and Popoff 36 are coordinating an attack with a military ground forward air controller called Manila Hotel. As Popoff 35 and Manila Hotel are coordinating an attack on the ground, Popoff 36 notes that there's a group of unidentified vehicles, and he asks for clarification as to whether or not there are friendlies in this area.
They got a warship. Looks like we got orange panels on them, though. Do they have any friendlies up in this area?
I understand that was north 800 meters. Pop-up, understand that was north 800 meters.
Confirm, north 800 meters. Confirm no friendlies this far north on the ground.
That's to confirm your well.
To make coalition vehicles more recognizable from the air, they were painted with a series of orange chevrons on the front and back. The markings on these vehicles were also augmented by a series of orange panels. However, this led to confusion on the part of Popoff 35 and 36, who, unable to identify them as standard markings, came to other conclusions.
They look like they have orange panels on them, though. He told me there's nobody north of here, no friendlies.
The pilots understand this to mean that they are well clear of friendlies in this whole area, and as such, they have to make sense of what these orange panels could be if they're not markings of friendly vehicles.
Alright, roll up your right wing and look right underneath you. I know what you're talking about. Okay, well they have orange rockets on them. Orange rockets? Yeah, I think so. Let me look.
As we can see, the idea of an orange rocket isn't only problematic after the fact, but is problematic at the time. However, in the absence of any other explanation, the pilots conclude that these must in fact be orange rockets, and they proceed to attack the vehicles.
In 2003, shortly after the incident took place, a Friendly Fire Investigation Board was convened by the US Air Force. The investigators working under the board spent a great deal of time piecing together information about what had actually taken place and why it had occurred.
This investigation largely focused on what it meant to be well clear of friendlies, as well as how it was that the pilots came to understand exactly what those orange panels were. This is also the only time where the pilots spoke on record about the incident and explained how it was that they actually proceeded through the attack. The testimony proceeded as the Friendly Fire Investigation Board investigators asked the pilots a series of questions while walking them through the video and explicating points in the video where the investigators couldn't understand or were unable to explain what it was that the pilots were seeing at that time.
As we came to read the video alongside the transcripts of the pilot's testimony, we came to see there was a great deal more going on that can be captured from a surface reading of the video itself. Drawing on ethnomethodological studies of perception in the context of collaborative activities, one of the things we wanted to show was that without an understanding of the way in which action was unfolding from within the scene itself, it was very difficult to come to terms with what the video actually showed. We feel that when we look at the video in these terms and read it via the pilot's own testimony, reproduced in the Friendly Fire Investigation Board, we can garner important insights about the ways in which things come to be seen as part of wider fields of professional vision. Drawing on both the work of Chuck Goodwin and Jeff Coulter, we talk about this in terms of ethnography of seeing. That is, the pilots presented the investigators with a way of working out how they came to see things in the way they did.
The wider implications of this paper focus on the idea of seeing as a collaboratively achieved accomplishment, something that's not done simply in cognitive states or within minds, but rather something that can be agreed upon and viewed through collaboration and through interactive work.
It actually has wider implications, helping us to see and make sense of perception in the context of collaborative activities more broadly, and also to understand the practical character of perception.